This episode of Doc's Boost is all about drivability of the MaxspeedingRods Coilover Kit for the S197 Mustangs. Now this kit will fit any S197 except the GT500 S197 version. I promise the truth about this coilover kit right from the unboxing to the installation and adjusting process, which you can see links to both the unboxing and installation videos right here. Now that I've driven the car for several weeks, I intend to fulfill the promise of telling you the truth about drivability. I had to wait on telling you how the kit performed until I drove the car for several weeks. I needed that time for an honest assessment. I did not want anyone to think I would give MaxspeedingRods good marks just because they provided the coilover kit in exchange for the videos. Hey, I'm Doc, and you're watching Doc's Boost, and Doc's Boost promises to show you how to perform high performance and recommended upgrades, step-by-step high performance maintenance procedures, and how to enjoy high performance fun safely. With several weeks on the road under my 07 GT's belt, it's time to talk drivability. How do they feel and handle? Is the car stable? Will they last? These are all of the answers you really want to know. But enough of all this talk. Let's drive. In the beginning, all was smooth, all was quiet, and I was thinking, man, are these freaking great? Why would anybody want to spend twice as much or more, right? These were amazing. Well, sad to say, this was quite short-lived. After a couple of trips around town, binding noises, pinging noises, they all started coming from the left front, and shortly thereafter, loud clunking noises were coming from the front and the rear. It sounded like something was extremely loose. It sounded like, like the lug nuts were loose. I stopped the car a couple of times just to check to make sure that the wheels were on tight. I really did. It was getting bangingly loud. It was getting scary loud. It was. So it sounded like something metal was moving around banging on some other metal component. It's sort of like when a control arm loses its entire bushing and that shaft is banging around in the control arm opening like crazy. It really sounded that bad. So after a couple of days, I finally found time to get under the car to see what was happening, and this is what I found. The plate that goes between the spring and the upper caster plate was out of place and bent to hell. Why? I have no idea. And the spring was very loose at full rebound. You could wiggle it around like, what the heck is going on? And I got the same situation on the other side. And I found the rear springs loose in full rebound too. So I'm thinking the springs compressed or something. Maybe it's something that I did. I don't know. But if you've seen the install video, you've seen me tighten them down, and the springs were firm and tight. So I really don't know what happened. But whatever the cause, I had to get to those shims. I had to straighten them out and then set the front strut back up to specs. Now the whole operation was fairly straightforward and easy, I do have to admit that. So I loosened the spanner nuts, unscrewed the spring retainer all the way down to access the shim. Straightened the shim and reset everything up front. The same action was taken on the other side. Then on the rear, we had to disconnect the shocks, jack up the axle to get rid of the slop. We're tight. We had to adjust the shock length and then reattach. Drive height was not affected one bit. And driving it immediately after getting it on the ground proved the same hammering was still happening. What the fuck is going on, right? Well, it really sounds like the shocks just did not dampen at all. I stopped and adjusted the dampening several times. 10 clicks, 15 clicks, 20 clicks, and a few stops in between. Nothing just seemed to help at all. I decided to try adding a passenger because most of the noise was really coming from that right side. And much to my surprise, the hammering stopped. And so far, it's a lot quieter with someone else in the car. Like, what? Am I going to have someone in the car with me all the time? I mean, that's kind of ridiculous, right? But it still hit hard on the bumps in the road and the cracks in the road and things of that. Weird, right? I mean, that was really weird. Then, what was even more weird is that after several days of commuting, the hammering just gradually stopped. Today, it's all but gone. Now, it still hits hard on the bumps in the road. Other than that, they act kind of normal all of a sudden. And I just am uneasy about that whole thing. Like, what's going on here? What just happened with all of this? So, bottom line is, my overall assessment is 5 out of 10. And I'm giving MaxspeedingRods the 5 because everything they said about the kit was true, and it was really an impressive kit. They had a lot of great features, and it stalled easily, and it adjusted easily while they were still on the car, so all of that's really true. For that, they get a 5. But drivability, I'm sorry. You got a $300 ride. That's just the way it is. With that said, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in that video that I've got selected for you right there in just a moment.